Ready. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. I'm your girl, Makeup Chin. Today I'm just in an enlightening mood. If you're going through something, hopefully I could uplift your spirit, you know, just through my words. That's the kind of mood that I'm in. I'm in just a very positive, I'm always in a positive mood, but you get my drift, right? Yeah, so I just feel like chit-chatting a little bit about things that I found that I incorporated into my life that has definitely changed the way that I perceive life to be, and things that kind of help me, things that are important that I find that helps me along my journey. I just have a couple of things that maybe I can, you know, reinforce if you don't know about these things, that could possibly help you in your life, and you know, you can incorporate that'll possibly change your reality and just something kind of shift your mentality from what you are currently used to. So I already did my eyebrows, of course, because it just has to be done, okay? I can't be doing eyebrows and talking. It's already kind of a lot when I'm trying to do my makeup. So yeah, we just get the eyebrows out the way. But I just filled them in with my regular Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in dark brown. I really need a new one. Not really this one. I love it, don't get me wrong, but I feel like I want to venture out and try other brow products. I love it, but I just, you know, I just want to try some new stuff. But yeah, so that's just all that I did on my brows. So now I'm just going to start by moisturizing, and yeah, I'm not gonna share the products in this video because it'll just be too much. I just want to focus on the lesson. Okay, so if you have any questions, you know, feel free to leave a comment down below. Any questions that you might have about a product that you see me use or anything like that, and I'll also put it in the description box down below. Gratitude plays a huge role in my life right now. Gratitude really changed my life. I start to see my reality change so much just by being grateful, by, you know, showing my appreciation for where I am in life and living in the now, and not focusing on the past, not focusing on the future, but just living in the now, being grateful for what I have, things that I have in my life, the smallest little things. So I find that being grateful and having showing gratitude to God or the universe, whichever you prefer to say, it just brings more into your life. If you're always being thankful and you're showing appreciation, you're not complaining about what you don't have, you're sending out a certain frequency, so you're going to receive more back in return. So gratitude has become such a big part of my life now, and it's so crazy because I do it, like I practice it so much now. I don't go a second or a minute without just thinking to myself. It doesn't even have to be anything specifically, just thinking it is just enough. You know, I could just literally be sitting down and I'm just like, you know, and don't get me wrong, because I don't want people to think like I'm perfect. You know, I'm not perfect, but I don't sit and worry or focus on things that aren't in my reality or what hasn't showed up in my reality as yet. I'm constantly just showing gratitude. If you are constantly showing gratitude to God or the universe, like, you're pretty much saying that you are grateful for where you are, for what you have, and you want to remind yourself, you want to say it out loud, you want to say it in your head. The more you show gratitude is the more you are going to receive. And I can't really explain it too much, but you get the drift. If you don't really know what gratitude is, Google is there for you. Look it up on Google and, you know, start to practice it. I really encourage everybody to practice gratitude, and you'll start to really see a shift in your reality. I kid you not. And everything that I'm telling you guys is from experience. Do you have food in your refrigerator? Okay. Do you have clothes on your back? Do you have clothes in your closet? Okay. Do you have a roof over your head? Okay. Even if you don't have a roof over your head, are you breathing? okay. That is enough. I think a lot of the times we don't realize that our existence alone is enough to be thankful for, to be appreciated for. You have to start to look at life that way. Once you have life, you have enough, period. Don't stress yourself out trying to change what the current situation is. Things happen and things are going to get better eventually. Don't focus on what you don't have. Just keep on focusing and just keep on having faith. Like, you know what, things are going to get better. I'm so appreciative. I'm so happy for what I have around me. I'm just so appreciative for my existence, and I'm just so grateful, so thankful to God. And you say it out loud and you say it proud, and even if you got to look in the mirror to yourself and just say, I'm so grateful, or if you got to look up, whatever it is that you do, just say it out. And if you say those things, trust me when I tell you, you're going to forget about why you was just stressed out. That's not even important. So you'll forget about it once you really start to show gratitude, and it becomes a part of you, because it will. If you keep on practicing, it'll be a part of you. And then you'll catch yourself. You'll be like, holy shit, like I really would just find myself being grateful, and it'll just be a part of you, and that alone is going to change your life. So stop focusing on how bad your situation is and start focusing on how good your situation is, because trust me, you have good out of that bad situation. Okay, so another thing that I want to talk about is life is an experience. No one and nothing is going to be permanent. So once you grasp that, then you are no longer going to be upset whenever certain people leave your life. Life is a lesson. I'm gonna talk because I'm letting my concealer sit for about 5 minutes before I blend it out. I like to do that because I like to wait till my concealer gets tacky. I feel like my makeup looks so much more flawless that way. So we're gonna just chit chat for 5 minutes. All right, so life is a experience, right? You find yourself always upset whenever you break up with somebody, or no longer vibrating with a best friend that you had since kindergarten, or just whatever it is, right? So nothing or no one is permanent. People come into our lives for a reason. You can't be selfish either. You can't look at it as from a one-way street. You have to look at it as with an open mind, with a clean heart, and just understand that a lot of the times doesn't mean you're a bad person either. So don't look at it like that. Oh, if somebody broke up with you, that they are, oh, I'm not good enough for that person. Don't look at it like that. Everybody is here. You weren't born with that person. You were born by yourself. So you have to grasp that understanding. You have to have the understanding that you were here by yourself. So you met that person, you served each other at that particular time or whatever for 5 years, for 2 years, for 3 months, whatever it is. And then it's time to separate. It's time to move on. It's time to flourish. Without leaving that person or trying to cling on that person, you're only holding yourself back. And who's to say you're probably holding that person back as well. So that's why I say you cannot be selfish when it comes to especially breaking up with somebody. I know it could hurt, but you can't be selfish, because that person was probably not for you, and you probably weren't for that person. It's just that simple. So the only thing I could say is you're only holding on to memories. Obviously you're human. Your memories of that person and is what's causing the emotions. Think about the good times that you guys had together, and you think about that little simple stuff. You think about going to the park with that person, y'all had a little picnic and how good it was, and you don't want to lose the feeling, and that's okay. If it's time to let that person go, then it's just time to let them go. Without experiences, without things that happen, things not so good things that happen, those are the things that hurt us, but they also makes us grow. I was on Snapchat last night, and I was telling Snap Fam something, and it's funny because I personally went through this, and I started to see how much this person was so toxic, and it was affecting me. Okay, so let's talk about that for a second. You're always around somebody that's always complaining about every little thing. I can't stress. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. Especially if you're a high vibrational person. Maybe you find yourself just switching over positive mind and you just trying to get yourself on the right track, and you have a person that's always complaining about where they are and they don't like this and they hate this. And it's a difference between noticing what's happening in your life and taking action to change it. That is a difference, right? So whenever you have somebody that's always complaining and they ain't doing nothing to change their reality, get rid of them. I understand it could be hard, especially if it's family or it's a close friend or that's a best friend and y'all been friends for so long. I know this stuff could be difficult, but you have to remember, guys, that this is about you. So many people are so worried about other people and how they're gonna feel if we're not friends with them anymore. Why are you worried? Why? Like, I don't get it. You have to choose you. If you're feeling bad for cutting somebody off for your own good, something is wrong, sis. You can't feel bad for wanting to secure your peace. Ever realize, like, you're in a good mood and you end up, I don't know, going for drinks, or that person comes over your house, or you come over that person's house, like, you in a high vibe, you thinking so positive and you just on a right track. They start talking about this, that, they always talking about that, and it sucks you, and you no longer are on that high vibe that you was just on before you met up with this person. Those are energy suckers. Or not even just that, people that's always gossiping, always want to talk about other people. Other people's business is not your business. It's not yours. It's their business. So why are you gossiping about other people's business? Those are energy suckers, and you don't need them in your life, especially if you're on the right track. Subconsciously, it's not a good look. Whatever they're talking about is being passed on to you, and your subconscious mind is going to pick that up. You just always want to be mindful of people and the conversations that they have. What I want to tell you guys too is, not from like a certain neighborhood, you come from the projects or lower class family, lower class income family, all around you your whole entire life you've been seeing just a repetition of people living day to day, paycheck to paycheck, all of this stuff that you see in lower class neighborhoods, and that mentality of how they have, feeling like they can't elevate, feeling like they can't get out the hood, feeling like they can't prosper. It's such a messed up way of thinking, especially living in the States. This system was so designed to keep the poor poor. And it's really, really sad. You don't have to stay down. Like, at Tyler Perry, he was homeless. He wasn't born into money. He wasn't like, you know, one of the fortunate gold spoon in their mouth ones. He worked his way up, and I think he has like, what is it? He has like a studio somewhere now in Atlanta, I believe. And wow, this really looks cute. I'm loving this. But he has like a studio somewhere now, and look at all that he's accomplished. And he was homeless, y'all, you know, and he came from poverty pretty much. So what I'm basically trying to say is, if you are that person, don't think like that. Don't think that I would never be where I want to be. Everything that you want, you can have. The multimillionaires that you see on social media and on your TV, they're not better than you. They're no better than you. They weren't specially made. They use their power, and their power is this. I feel like a lot of this information isn't out there unless you came across, you know, you stumble across it somewhere, and then you start to realize, like, my thinking really was keeping me down. My thinking was causing my reality to remain the same. My grandmother, my auntie, and my cousins, they all live in the projects for all their lives, and that's all I know. But you don't have to live the way that you don't want to live. You can live the way that you want to live, all by using this. The same life that you complain about is the same life that you're bringing about. You have to start being mindful of what you're putting into your mind, because that's what's going to show up in your reality. Once you start to change your thinking, you start to see, like, wow, like slowly but surely, you know, you start hanging out with different people now. People start coming to your life differently. You're outgrowing the hood stuff. You don't want to hang out with, you know, the girls or the guys on the block no more. You're more interested in self-help books. You're more interested in yoga. You're more interested in meditation. You're that want to actually, that's working to actually go somewhere, and not just the people that live next door to you in 4B. But I live next door to you in the projects. You no longer just want to associate with them. You find yourself outgrowing them. It's all because once you start changing your mindset, once you start changing your thinking, everything naturally would just go away that don't serve you anymore. And then that's when you start to see, like, wow, things is, I might believe, you start to believe now that, dang, this whole time I didn't know this. Whole time I'm attracting more of my reality based on my thinking of lack. You're basically thinking that you couldn't get out the hood because your aunties and your uncles been living there for 50 odd years. Just start to feed your mind with things that you want, where you see yourself. Because if you keep on telling yourself, I would never get out of the hood, I would never be this, I would never be that, you are never going to be just that. The power of the mind is amazing, guys, and that is the secret. It's so funny because, do you guys remember that first video that not the first video, you guys remember that manifestation, how I manifested my apartment video? That video has almost 20,000 views. I just did that video just sharing, and it was so funny. That's when I was living in the hotels, homeless, and I was just, I didn't even know about the power of my mind. I was not consciously doing it until I start to really dig deeper into the power of the mind and the power of our subconsciousness, and what our power of our thoughts, and that our thoughts shapes our reality. So it's so crazy me sitting here talking to you guys now, telling you guys how it's been like, what, three almost 4 years later now, and I went from that to sharing that story that I had no idea about to now. It's just crazy, but that is the secret. Okay, if you don't take anything from this video, take this. Your mind is absolutely powerful. Feed it with things that you want. Feed it with positivity. Only think thoughts of what you want, not what you don't want, because the more you focus on what you don't want is the more you're going to get. So start to focus on things that you want, the lifestyle you want to live. Picture it in your mind, be very vivid. And that's another thing that I did in that, I said in that video, I did mention how I use my imagination, and that was another thing too. I could actually say I'm pretty good when it comes to that. I never did a vision board or anything like that. I am just really good at manifesting with my imagination. I found that that's something I'm really good at. I'll like sit there and I'll just like picture the whole scene of whatever it is that I want, and it's crazy that it'll actually show up. Yeah, so like I was saying, no one's better than anybody. Success didn't just find them. Money didn't just find them. It's all a mindset with action. Say if you were out and someone just started an argument with you out of nowhere, or for instance, the other day, okay, let me give you a good example. The other day, I took the train, the Long Island Railroad, and the conductor, wow, this looks really nice, guys. I'm so sorry, y'all. I ended up having to finish my entire look. My battery died and I was trying to charge it and it was just taking way too long and it was just so annoying, and I have to make it to the store before they actually close. And no, I'm not wearing this top, okay? I wouldn't wear this out, like this is just too much. But y'all probably like, you dress it up to go to the store like that, but you know, no. I'm just gonna take the earrings and my top off and that's it. I just wanted to look cute for the video, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but I'm gonna finish up this, what I was telling you guys before the battery died, and that is about the ticket. What was it? The conductor on the Long Island Railroad. Basically, I'm telling you guys this to say that you can't take things personal, because people go through things on a daily basis. While I was rushing, I didn't have time to get my ticket. So if you're from New York and you ride the Long Island Railroad, then you know that the ticket on the outside, ticket stand is on the outside. You get a ticket before you board the train, and you take your ticket on the train, and the conductors usually just clip the ticket. It's not like the subway, like the New York City subway, where you buy it, you just swipe it and you go. You have to buy your ticket. They come and they check your ticket on the Long Island, on the LIRR, and that is how it works. So this particular day, I was running late, and you can get it on your phone. So I told the guy when he came and he's asking me for my ticket, I told him that I was like, you got to give me, the way I worded it, and I realized that the way that I worded it was not the correct way that I should have did it, but I was like, you got to give me a second. I was like, you have to give me a second. Not with an attitude or anything, but I was just like, basically, you have to give me a second because I have to get the ticket on my phone, you know, through the app. So I was going to do that, and he's like, he goes off, he's like, I don't have to do nothing. And he's like, basically, I don't have to do nothing. You're supposed to be getting your ticket before. And I'm sitting there like, and it's crazy because who I was before, I would have went off on him, but I had to not take it personal and realize that this man probably got into something with a passenger or passengers way before he got to me, or maybe he's dealing with something, a personal issue, family problems at home with his wife, his kids, whatever, you know. So you don't know what people are going through, so you cannot take things personal. So when he said that, I caught myself and I was just like, okay, yeah, maybe he's going through something, you know. But it was also a lesson for me as well. So you kind of see how things work when you are very patient with certain situations and you don't take things personal and you have compassion for that person. Because at the end of the day, when I thought about it, and I was just like, you know what, that's a lesson for me, because I should learn how to word or pay more attention of how I'm wording my words. And that really taught me something, you know. Not that I encounter things like that all the time, but it was just a lesson, you know, like, because it's a lesson for me. Like, I'm working on even, you know, the way that I speak, because I was telling Snap Fam that the other day as well too, the way that you speak is the way that people are going to perceive you as off of first impression. So it's important that you are speaking well and you know how to articulate your words well, because people are going to judge you off of that. The two things, the way you look and the way you speak. So I'm actually working on that, my personal self. So it's kind of crazy that I had to encounter this situation with this guy in order for me to correct myself based on what I want personally in my life. So you see how things work that way. So never ever take things personal. You know, people go through things and it's not you, it's just what they're going through, and they just took it out on you. I really wanted to talk to him in a different tone, but I realized that after the fact, because he caught me so off guard, like I wasn't expecting it, you know what I mean? Like, I've had that situation happen before and other conductors waited for me, or you know what I mean, like they're nice. He was just having a very shitty day and it was just clear. So I was just like, you know, I'm about to leave you alone. And you know, I just don't let that. For a second it kind of got to me because I wanted to do a little reverse psychology and come back, but at the end of the day, you don't really need to do all of that, you know. You have to always secure your peace at all times, and the way that you do it is just by simply just ignoring and just having compassion. That is it. That's all that it boils down to. And you go on about your day, he'll go on about his little rough day that he's having, and he'll be fine tomorrow. It's just that simple, you know. So don't take things personal. Nothing is personal. Let people, you know, whatever they have, just as long as people are not violating you, you are fine. Always protect your peace and your sanity and go on about your day and enjoy your day. Be happy, be joyous, enjoy life, live life, and that's it. All right, so I'm going to wrap this up here. If you're wondering about the top that I'm wearing, I got this from Rainbow. It is actually messed up. I don't know what the heck this is, y'all. I'm so tight because this is my first time wearing it, and I was flat ironing my hair and I lift up my arms and I seen this orangish thing, so I'm thinking it's my deodorant. Hopefully when I wash it, it'll come out, because I really like this top a lot. It's actually a body, it's like a onesie, so it goes, you know, in my punani. Another thing, if you're not subscribed to my vlogging channel, make sure you subscribe. It is youtube.com/lifewithchin. It'll be in the description box, the full link to that channel. Go and subscribe, because your girl got some popping vlogs coming up and a lot of apartment contents that you guys been asking as well, so you don't want to miss it. Yeah, that's it, guys. Let me get going. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, it's all in your mind. Your mind is very powerful. Whatever you want, you can achieve. 2 things: watch your thoughts and believe. Okay, oh well, 3 things: your thoughts, believing, and having faith. Trust that everything is going to work out. Everything is just all in your mind. Your mind is super powerful, so watch what you say, watch the company that you keep around you, and just be conscious overall of everything. Don't forget, guys, gratitude is a must. It's a big thing. It's a biggest thing in the shift of your reality, so always keep that in mind. Be appreciative, be thankful, thank the universe for everything that you have, because you have enough. All right, see you guys in the next video, and take care. I love light, and I love you guys.
Blessings all for my life, and
my
thank God for the journey.